Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful, hot day in San Diego. And it's hot in this car right now, but it's also hot because my brain is always moving. I am constantly thinking about stuff. And obviously you guys are too. We are humans. That is what we do. We overanalyze, we overthink. And this is probably the way it's been throughout history. But we live in a different time now. We have the world at our fingertips. Any information we want on any subject is almost immediately accessible. And this is an amazing thing. Obviously, when the books came out, when written language came out, the human experience, the collective knowledge increased. And we as a species evolved based on that. So fundamentally speaking, information is almost always a net positive. But like anything in life, the scale is evenly balanced. And today I want to talk about that. I think that being a curious person, inquisitive in nature, means that you are constantly taking in variables. And if you think of this mathematically, variables lead to a conclusion, but they also increase complexity. And when you have an increasingly complex problem, a lot of times it becomes colluded. It's hard to see it for what it is. When you're analyzing every tree, the forest becomes confusing and you can quickly become lost. And that's where I've found myself time and time again. And to use an example, I am 28. I'm a young man. I'm trying to figure out life. And one of the most important facets of life is raising a family. And this is something that I have endlessly considered. And if you've been watching these videos, I'm sure you've noticed by now that this is taking up a primary space in my brain. And I was talking with my dad about this, and I was going over all the variables: economics, politics, morality, my position on life, philosophy, whatever it may be. And at a certain point, I'm sure his eyes glazed over, his ears shut down, and he said, "Preston, you just gotta stop. You are overthinking this. You are applying too much agency to a situation that, quite frankly, is sometimes out of your control. I might not be fertile. My wife or girlfriend may not be fertile. And I'm assuming that I have control, and that just might not be the case." And his lesson for me, his wisdom, was that from an older perspective, he views the world as a situation where you can make a lot of different choices, but almost in any case, in hindsight, you will realize that the choice has some merit. It has some good to it, and it has some bad to it. And if you overanalyze, overthink, you end up making no choice. You're just caught on the fence. And what's the saying? When you're on the fence, you get shot from both sides. That's where I've been a lot. And to basically summarize this entire video, I'm saying that curiosity is a good thing. Information is a good thing. But like any situation, there are positives and negatives. And if you go too far into one, you're going to lose a lot of the other. And I think what I'm saying here is that information overload, it leads to analysis paralysis. And I'm coming up with a solution to this right now. I think I have to maybe think less, which sounds so stupid, but I kind of have to go with the flow a little bit more and just take life as it comes. That's what my dad did. That's how I ended up on this earth. That's how my sister ended up here. And honestly, it turned out good for him, at least right now. I'm hoping that he thinks that way at least, but that's my message for today. Curiosity, like anything else, is something that should be implemented with balance in your life. And this is something I'm working on, something that I'm striving for, and I'm curious what you guys think about this. That's all I gotta say today. I hope you guys are having a good Thursday. Catch you tomorrow.